From a group of storm chasers tailing a violent EF4 twister in Oklahoma, to an Algerian man and his family caught face-to-face with a destructive storm and more. Here are 8 minutes of close-range tornadoes caught on camera. On April 14th of 2018, in the northern Algerian city of Batna, a local man and his family came face-to-face with a massive tornado. But the tornado itself was only part of a larger problem, as flash floods and hail affected most of the city. Some areas received more rainfall in one weekend than expected in all of April, nearly double the monthly forecast. Our cameraman and his daughter saw the tornado approaching from across their property. It only looked like a giant cylinder of clouds and rain from a distance, and hail fell all around them as the tornado drew closer. Soon enough, the storm moved right above their house.
لا إله إلا الله. الله أكبر. ادخل امشي ادخل. الله أكبر. باب جيتي عصم لازم غادي يقلعوا غبار لازم فوق قريب. الله أكبر. قيم داخل. لا إله إلا الله. لا إله إلا الله. لا إله إلا الله. سلفة. لا إله إلا الله. 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 لا إله إلا الله.
Our cameraman picks up some hailstones and begins praying in Arabic. The storm sits at the edge of his property and eventually passes over the building in front of him. You can hear the worry in his voice as his prayers get louder and more frequent. Debris begins whipping across the yard, and he's forced to duck inside for safety. The camera cuts to black, and he can only beg a higher power to keep him and his family safe. Most people don't associate tornadoes with North Africa, and that's because they're rare on that part of the continent. Most occur in South Africa, but they only get between 7 and 10 on average each year. According to the National Weather Service, the U.S. wears the crown for most tornadoes, with 800 reported nationwide each year. On May 9th of 2016, a violent EF4 tornado touched down south of Katy, Oklahoma. The small town, about an hour's drive south of Oklahoma City, is still relatively young, having been incorporated in 2004. About 350 people lived there as of 2010. 6 years later, they were in for a terrifying experience. Around 4 p.m., an erratic stovepipe tornado touched down south of Katy. Brave storm chasers readied their cameras and hopped in their weighted trucks to try and get the best shot. One group of thrill seekers captured the tornado on the other side of the tree line. These guys clearly came prepared. It even looks like they sent a red balloon probe to gather research on the tornado. You can also hear the excitement in their voices as one man can't help but yell with childlike joy. At the end of the day, this is still a powerful and deadly EF4 tornado we're looking at. It was part of a 4-day outbreak that ravaged the High Plains, Central Midwest, and parts of the Ohio Valley between May 7th and 10th of 2016. 57 confirmed storms, mostly EF0, 1, and 2, caused about $1 billion in damage. However, only one EF4 tornado was recorded during this event, and it's the one our storm chasers tracked down in Katy, Oklahoma. With just over 120,000 residents, Norman is the third largest city in Oklahoma. Located about 20 miles south of OKC, they're home to the University of Oklahoma Sooners, the National Weather Center, and a whole host of wild tornadoes. On Friday the 13th in April of 2012, one of those tornadoes touched down west of town near the Canadian River. Sergeant Robert Scott was returning to the station when the tornado passed through the heart of Norman. He listened live to the weather broadcast as the storm passed by Highway 9 and onto the OU campus. Heavy rain kept his vision to a minimum, but that didn't stop him from witnessing the destruction outside.
Interior hallway, get away from windows, get out of your car. The rain may have caved in the circulation for the time being, but the tornado warning is still in effect. Let's go back to the storm tracker, and if we have David Payne here on the game, let's go back to David. David, what do you got? All right, Mike, so headed down Highway 9. I'm headed east down here, looking back to my north, and I cannot see anything except like 30 seconds. There's a fourth floor, going to full, going to 35. We're all going to breathe here. Like you said, it can still be on the ground, but hopefully the rain is tracking around the circulation and it's cut it off. But we don't know that for sure. And again, it still looks very ominous. It's just a big core. It's just wrapped around the whole area of circulation. So, it's hard to tell. You know, if we have this soon, at least at this point, that it's on the ground. I can't see through it at all. I can't see through the wall of water at all. So, we have to assume it's still on the ground. And that is certainly the great assumption to say it's still on the ground. Officially, the tornado warning is still everywhere.
The tree blows across the street, and Sergeant Scott can finally drive into another parking lot. He finds it covered in broken branches and debris, but it's better than full trees flying toward his cruiser. When he parks, you can still see a broken twig sticking out of the grill. According to the National Weather Service, the Norman tornado never exceeded EF1 strength, though we heard speculation that it might be an EF2 over Sergeant Scott's radio. Thankfully, nobody lost their lives during this event, but 20 people sustained minor injuries. Unfortunately, there wasn't enough damage to receive FEMA funding, so the city had to absorb repair costs. The Norman storm was part of a 3-day outbreak across the Great Plains between April 13th and 16th. The worst of them was an EF4 tornado on the 14th that tore through Rice County, Kansas. 5 more EF3 storms touched down, 4 in Kansas and 1 in Oklahoma, adding to the damage total. If you enjoyed this video and want to see another just like it, be sure to click the link on screen now. And with that, thanks for watching and be sure to tune in next time.